Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Bits and Banter. And as ever, we are gathered to discuss last night's match, which was between KKR and SRH. And to discuss last night's match, we have with us Arvind and Ravi. Okay, just a small recap. As a match, the Kolkata Knight Riders versus Sunrisers Hyderabad encounter never reached any great heights. Batting first, the underperforming Hyderabad team continued to underperform with a patchy and unsatisfactory 115 for 8. Kane Williamson was the top scorer with 26. A total of this smallness was never going to test the all guns blazing Calcutta batsmen, even though SRH had actually defended the same score 3 years back against them. This information that was the one that Arvind shared with me last night on our WhatsApp group. But SRH ball was bowled with a lot of heart, especially the under fire Bhuvanesh Kumar right at the start. KKR found the going tough and slow, but Shubman Gill finally found some form and patiently piloted his team to close to victory target, while Dinesh Karthik gave the finishing touches. For SRH, the net bowler turned regular bowler, Umran Malik, was most impressive. His pace and bounce disconcerted all batsmen. Malik, who had travelled to UAE as a net bowler but made it to the side because T Natarajan tested positive, was the sole shining spot for SRH on a tough night. Arvind, I'll come to you first. I mean, as a match, it never really got going. So, how do you sum it up?
It never. It didn't go the way it wanted to. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, the match ended at with only 2 balls to spare. When the required run rate was less than 6 per over. So I don't know what is happening. And teams are taking it till the last over. I mean, on the contrary, we had a match between Rajasthan and Chennai where it got over in 17 overs itself. But low-scoring matches are being taken to the last over, and honestly, it was really boring. It was really sad to see Sunrisers Hyderabad middle. I mean, even before also the middle order wasn't great. They all were totally dependent on top order, but now the top order is very shabby. The middle order, they're not able to connect the ball very well. Barring Abdul Samad, I'm not finding a very good prospect in Sunrisers Hyderabad. Similarly, coming to bowling, finding it very difficult to pick wickets. That was not the case before for Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Yeah. See, Ravi, you have been following SRH because you are a Hyderabadi. And see, this season, let's not get too much into it because it's not, I mean, as Arvind said, nothing has really worked for it. But I was really impressed with Umran Malik. He is from Kashmir. Just a brief background. He's had only 2 matches before. One as a T20 bowler against Railways in the Syed Mushtaq Ali tournament, where he had 3 wickets. And in the Vijay Merchant Trophy, he played against Railways for Kashmir. I mean, he played for Kashmir against Railways. He went for 98 runs in his 10 overs. So, two extremes: 3 wickets in 20 runs, and in 20 odd runs in T20, and 98 runs in 10 overs, which is huge. But he had pace. I don't know. I mean, now I want to ask the question: should they have tried him? Because none of the other fast bowlers they tried, Siddharth Kaul or Sandeep Sharma or express balls, they could have tried him because they had nothing to lose. Should they have tried him earlier?
Yes, actually, not even him. Yeah, actually, Umar Malik did a good job. Even about other players also, Abhishek Sharma. He last year also he showed some promise to the team.
Spark,
Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad. Actually, Abdul Samad, I already told before. He comes sometimes at number 7, sometimes about number 3. Like they don't have consistency in introducing. Mainly, they don't have consistency in introducing Indian players. They depend more on foreign players, whoever it may be, Holder, you have Kane Williamson or Warner. They don't have exact players for young talent. They are just taking that young talent when the team is nothing to lose. That's very bad. See, the team has gone out of the tournament. Now they are taking the young players, giving chances for them. It's no use again. Again, the next year, they'll keep these guys aside. For example, if they are got selected again for the team, maybe there is a big auction next year. But for example, if these same guys are here, they'll not use them in the starting leg. Once they are sure that SRH is not qualifying, they'll bring them. That's not correct. Like I find like that. Even yes,
But to be
even
fair to SRH think tank, those are the kind of thing that has stood them in good stead in the previous years, right, Ravi? I mean, this season it has gone wrong, awfully wrong, but it has also worked for them because the dependence of Warner and Williamson have been the linchpin for them.
yeah,
But
actually,
one
like,
bad season, you can turn around and say this is a bad strategy.
no, but because like see every season SRH will be like a weak link, a weak team, these guys won't make it, but suddenly they'll make it with the same strategy. With the same strategy, they made it last time, but the same strategy failed this time. I agree, but still, I'm saying that that approach is still, it's
Bit
vulnerable.
iffy, vulnerable. You are right. Okay. Arvind, but the KKR had, I mean, though they still mathematical, I mean, they have a mathematical chance of still making it, but they do have some problem with Owen Morgan's form. But of course, he didn't have to do much because the last few balls he was there. But one good thing for KKR is finally Shubman Gill managed to find some kind of a form because that is important. He has been hitting those couple of big shots and getting out. So going forward, Shubman Gill's form should augurs well for them, isn't it?
Definitely, and the best part was his maturity. Knowing that KKR had a good net run rate compared to the other teams, and understanding the situation very well, he did not take risks till about 10 overs. He played according to the situation. He played as per the plan, and he did not take unwanted risks. I mean, that is temperament, and that is maturity. The same kind of maturity which Shreyas Iyer showed in the previous match between Delhi and Mumbai, ensuring that he takes the responsibility and anchors the innings and goes through. So very, very important. Shubman Gill knows that Venkatesh Iyer on the other end is definitely going for shots. He knows that Rahul Tripathi on the other end is definitely going for shots. So he should take the responsibility of anchoring innings from one end, and he very well did it. He can play shots. He can play classic cricketing ground shots as well, and he can clear the boundaries with these. So once he anchors the innings still about a certain number of overs, he can definitely do that. Just like what Ruturaj has been doing for CSK. I think they all follow the same template, and I'm really glad that Shubman Gill has finally found form, and it will be a real blessing for KKR if it continues and if they enter the playoffs.
And finally, KKR managed to bring in Shakib Al Hasan because once Russell is not available, some all-rounder is needed for their balance. So finally, they brought him in because ideally, with Morgan not firing, Morgan is the elephant in the room. Morgan is not firing. Shakib Al Hasan needs to be there. Somebody like Shah, because yesterday you found his value, right?
Definitely. Shakib Al Hasan, see, you know what kind of an impact player, what kind of value he provides to the team, provides to any team, be it Bangladesh or for Sunrisers Hyderabad. You know how effective he was for even KKR when he was part of the KKR team. I don't know why he was sitting out, but of course, there were even talks among the cricketing experts saying that Morgan should drop himself and Shakib Al Hasan should come in and he should captain the sides. I mean,
exactly.
So that is
and it is not just his batting and fielding. Yesterday, I mean, fielding was there. He got Williamson run out.
Exactly. So that's what. So he contributes in all departments. So I mean, very, very valuable player. But again, like Ravi was saying, their focus on overseas players are too much. They had so much of big names that somehow Shakib Al Hasan kind of gets sidelined. But anyway, better late than never. They might have plans to retain him for the next auction, and let's see if they continue. If they pick him for the next auction and play him as one of the 4 overseas players in the next auction.
That's true. I mean, Ravi, Warner is not there. Williamson, I mean, do you think they will retain Williamson, or will Williamson be interested in sticking with SRH? Because there are also rumors that he wants to shift to CSK, and CSK is keen on picking him because CSK is CSK's kind of approach is what is suited for Williamson. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not because it's still an open auction. So anybody can go ahead and pick anybody. But I don't know. But if SRH is going to retain Williamson, it's a different story. So do you think that is going to happen?
Actually, Warner and Williamson are the face of SRH from past quite few years. You cannot imagine SRH without them. So if they don't retain them, like they lose their face. SRH will lose their face. Maybe they are going to bring some more big player in the next auction. We don't know. But yeah, I think Williamson will be retained. Warner is unlikely.
Warner is unlikely because he has suggested almost. I mean, I don't know because the words coming out from a lot of sources, they are not pretty.
Who knows?
Who knows? But who knows? You never know.
Who knows? He'll go to Mumbai Indians.
I don't know. I mean, or is he well past his prime? Arvind, you wanted to say something, right?
No, definitely there are two more teams coming up, and he's a prospective captain also. One bad season, and never know. There are two prospective two teams coming up. He's a prospective captain. He's an IPL winning captain, and he's not done anything wrong except probably. I mean, he has ensured his team has gone to the playoffs since the time he's been part of the squad, except for once. So the other two new teams will be looking at him. Plus, there are other teams like RCB who will, Virat Kohli has stepped down as captain. You never know. So, if SRH is not planning to retain him, I mean, he's definitely. I mean, people will definitely have a look at him for sure. And I don't believe he's past his prime. It's just a phase, I believe. Just a phase.
Yeah. So after last night's match, what does it? I mean, how does the points table look like? And who is like? I mean, three teams have already made it. CSK, DC, and RCB. The fourth part is up for grabs. Who do you think? I mean, how are the points table stacked, and who is most likely to make it?
By the looks of it now, it should be KKR. But I will definitely not rule out Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians, they have, if they win both the games, as in like they win against Rajasthan and. I think they have a match against SRH, and if Rajasthan beats KKR, so I guess that will ensure that Mumbai Indians will go through, and it is definitely possible. But as of now, KKR is looking in good form. All boxes are ticked except for Ryan Morgan's form. Maybe the bowling has been brilliant. So the top order batting has been brilliant. So by the looks of it, yes, KKR might come ahead of Rajasthan, primarily because Rajasthan, you never know. They are very vulnerable team. So that's what I feel. As of now, it looks like KKR will be the fourth team, but I will definitely not rule out Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, same feeling here. And Ravi, what happens to tonight's match between the table toppers, the Delhi Capitals and CSK? CSK is coming off a bad loss, I mean, against Rajasthan Royals, and DC too. I mean, DC played well against Mumbai Indians. It was an impressive win towards the end, but they kind of huffed and puffed their way through because only Shreyas Iyer and Ashwin's batting towards the end kind of shepherded them to victory. So, how do you see this match, tonight's match?
It will be a test of their strengths before playoffs. So, I mean, yeah, I think DC are looking a bit, they're a bit of on and off there. They're playing well in one match and they are going down in one match. And CSK, I mean, except with the heroics of Rajasthan in the last match, they also did well, I think. I mean, due to the Jew factor or something, the match gone like on a thing. It's an explosive match we saw. Maybe CSK will have the advantage, or maybe DC also. Like I think DC will win this match. I'm not sure.
How about you, Arvind? Do you think CSK changing something in the team composition, or they sticking to? I mean, perhaps bring in Bravo in place of Karan and playing the regular time. Should they do it or should they experiment?
So we talk about in corporates, we talk about strengths and weaknesses. Bravo has been their strength and Karan has been their weakness. So my like light years apart with the kind of current form in there. And so if Bravo comes in, definitely it'll make a lot of difference. Up front, even Deepak Chahar, if he's able to bowl, I think KM Asif got injured last match. So not very sure of who's coming back. I think if Deepak Chahar comes in, it'll be a good contest. But I would personally love to see the others getting a few chances and some marquee players, not marquee players, but some key players getting some rest before the playoffs, because most likely Chennai should finish in top two unless they have really
that's important. No, finishing in the top two Not only because it also gives you an extra chance in the playoff should you have a bad day, and also kind of give you kind of a bragging rights, brownie points,
Correct.
so to say.
Yeah, that is true. So had they won last match, I guess they would have tried to experiment with the other players. But again, looks like it'll be the same template followed with not more than one replacement. I feel Bravo might come back instead of Karan. Apart from that, I don't see much of changes. And CSK, I think it'll be. It'll be a very, very good contest. Like Ravi said, it'll be a test of strength for both the teams. Obviously rooting for CSK, but let's hope for a very good match.
Thanks for saying that. It's all root for CSK. So on that note, gentlemen, thanks for joining. Ravi, thanks. Arvind, thanks.
Thank you.
So we'll meet
so
again once for the other matches. Thanks,
Sure.
guys. Bye.
Thank you. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye. Bye.